This is Abia COVID-19 update.
Abia COVID-19 update.
Well, today, Monday, the 11th day in the month of May 2020, is the commencement of the partial relaxation of the lockdown in Abia State. And I can tell you that that decision to temporarily relax some elements of the lockdown was a tough one. It is an effort to find a middle ground. And I'm begging you, as you step out today, the precautionary measures are still important to be followed. Wear face mask to cover your nose and mouth before leaving your house, and encourage those around you to do the same. And again, using your face mask as chin mask is one of the riskiest things to do at this time, because it leaves you exposed, even though it might help you beat enforcement agents. Avoid crowded places and maintain social distance of 2 meters when transacting with others, and you should be fine. In fact, you are well advised to stay at home unless you must go out. Wash your hands regularly with soap under running water, and please don't touch your eyes, nose or mouth with unwashed hands. The hand washing with soap and running water should be vigorous for at least 20 seconds. And alternatively, buy original hand sanitizers and rub vigorously on your hands before touching any part of your face. The relaxation of the lockdown will expose us to infection more than before, so if we don't take personal measures to protect ourselves, we will all pay heavily in the coming days as individuals and as people. So please obey and practice these measures. Welcome to the first edition of the program for the week, Abia State COVID-19 update. My name is Michael Oni. On this program, we highlight daily reports of the Interministerial Committee on the Control of COVID-19, as well as Abia State Governor Okezie Ikpeazu's efforts in ensuring that the state is safe from the virus. It is running simultaneously every weekday, Mondays through Fridays, on several radio stations in the state. Live on BCA 88.1 FM, Flow 94.9 FM, Vision Africa Radio 104.1 FM, all in Umuahia, the capital of Abia State. We're also live on Buzz 89.7 FM and Real 99.1 FM, both in Aba, the commercial capital of the state. Now let's do the numbers, bringing you up to speed on the figures. Globally, the number of confirmed worldwide infections of the coronavirus COVID-19 passed the 4 million mark. That was on Sunday, and as of 7:44 a.m. today, there are 4,181,221 confirmed cases of coronavirus in the world, and 283,877 persons have died, while 1,493,500 have recovered. Nigeria last week recorded a 74% increase in the number of coronavirus infected persons compared to the previous 9 weeks. Nigeria's tally of the confirmed cases COVID-19 rose to 4,399 yesterday, with 248 new cases reported. So far, 34 states and the FCT have reported at least a case. Only 2 states, that's Kogi and the Cross River, are yet to report any case of COVID-19 in the country till date. Like I said, 4,399 cases reported, confirmed. 778 cases have been discharged. 143 deaths have been recorded in 34 states and the Federal Capital Territory. And Nigeria so far has tested 23,835 persons since the beginning of the pandemic in the country. Now, let's come back home. The economy of Abia State, as a commercial hub of Nigeria, is driven by the markets. Hence, any restriction on their operations would have a direct impact on the general well-being of the production-oriented and highly entrepreneurial citizens of the state, as well as the government's internally generated revenue. COVID-19 pandemic has affected everything, including our markets. Hence, the focus on the new guidelines for reopening of our markets today on Abia State COVID-19 update. The Commissioner for Trade and Investment, Dr. Cosmos Ndukwe, is our guest. He's also a member of the Enforcement Subcommittee of the Abia State Interministerial Committee on COVID-19. Well, good morning to you, Honorable Commissioner.
Good morning, and very good morning to you all in Abia State. May God continue to bless you.
Amen. All right, let's begin. How has it been, especially keeping the traders away from market? That's in Abia. How has it been?
Well, it has not been easy. I want to assure you that it has not been easy all around. You rightly pointed out the single fact that market drives the economy of these states. Abia is all about commerce, and especially the commercial city. You know, we have two capitals in Abia. We have the natural, or what I would call the traditional capital, which is Omoya.
Yes.
And then we have the commercial capital, which is Abia. It has not been easy. But first, let me thank our listening governor, His Excellency Victor Kesikba's PhD, for reopening our markets by this time. The governor has demonstrated that he feels the pains of the citizens who have had and managed in this terrible and painful situation with very minimal lean resources in the house, because we have a whole lot of people who, about 90% of the workforce of Abia, that eat from hand to mouth on a daily basis. So whatever they were able to get in a day is what forms what they share on the table as a family. So I want to thank His Excellency for feeling the pains of Abians.
Can you intimate us on the guidelines and the market opening days again?
Well, the governor expects that our traders and their customers should be able to take responsibility. It's not going to be business as usual. It's not going to be easy in the other way, but we have outlined some protocols.
Okay.
So we are going to balance health and economy together. We have outlined some protocols, very severe protocols, and we believe if the marketers are able to push on those protocols as outlined, it's going to be easy for all of us. One, you must have a bucket with tap on it. Second, you must have soap on top of that bucket so as to help your incoming marketers have where to wash their hands. Then both the buyers and the sellers must wear face masks, and also social distancing is the key and must be applied. The trader is expected not to rush traders, other marketers coming into the market as they normally do. All this thing called Oswahia Enable or touting, as the case may be. These are some of the outlined protocols that will have set up a committee that will monitor its compliance.
Interesting. Social distancing is a very big question. I will be asking, how is it possible in markets 2 meters away from the next person?
It's very much possible, my brother.
Okay.
It's very much possible. If a marketer adheres to the instruction that we have already given to the enforcement team. One, if you are in a shade, someone is already there. Wait a little. Let the person finish, come out, and then you move in.
Okay.
And then you move in. And then if they remove the idea of touting, ambush marketing, let me be the first to sell. I'm sure the issue of social distancing in the market will be totally accomplished.
Did you meet with the representatives of these markets before coming up with these directives?
Even as at yesterday, we held a meeting with all the chairmen of the COVID-19 task force committees, and then the chairman of the head of chairmen of the market, and the chief security officers of each market. And in that meeting, we're able to educate them more on this. Our people are likely to involve themselves so much on this ambush marketing.
Okay.
We educate them on ambush marketing, that they should do whatever be it that is within the ambit of the law to see aware of not allowing our incoming traders to just stampede each other in the case of being first to buy or being first to sell. So it's a rule we are placing down. Touting is out. Also here, or whatever they call it, that will bring all kinds of people coming into to drag customers along the street is removed. So the task forces will be there. Once you are cited doing there, they will arrest you and bring you straight to the magistrate court or the mobile court.
So the markets will run 3 times daily?
Yes, the market is going to run 3 times in a week.
Okay.
That's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And that's from the hours of 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. I know it's a painful situation.
Okay.
But let's just try it out, at least to see a way of having our economy sustained and revived. Because as I have said before now, that our economy is market driven. Once you remove market from the economy of Abia State, it will collapse totally. And our governor, I know it's very, very painful for him to decide on this, but he has to do it because he has the feeling of the people around.
Do you have the commitment of the traders' representatives to ensure total compliance to some of these directives put in place by the government?
Yes, there are agreements we are signed, papers we are signed, and we also give them some documents whereby they sign that to oblige with all the dictates and the protocols outlined for the opening of this market.
Interesting. We'll go for a break now. When we return, I would like to ask you how you intend to ensure total compliance to some of these directives, how you're going to go about the monitoring, and of course we open the phone lines for people to contribute and ask questions concerning the partial relaxation of the lockdown here in Abia State as far as markets are concerned. It is Abia State COVID-19 update.
This is Abia COVID-19 update.
Abia COVID-19 update.
Well, it is still the first edition of Abia State COVID-19 update live on several radio stations in the state. And of course, we have the Honorable Commissioner for Trade and Investment very much in the studio. Also, a member of the Enforcement Subcommittee of Abia State Interministerial Committee on COVID-19, Dr. Cosmos Undukwe, very much in the studio. Now, I want to ask you, but before I go on with the next question, let me open the lines now for you to participate on the program this morning. The lines are open. The numbers are 0808 182 6949 or 0811 605 2949. Also drop messages on 0906 510 8289. So how are you going to ensure total compliance with these directives? Your men on ground, how are you going to go about it?
Thank you, the moderator. I think our traders have enormous responsibilities on their hand to make sure that this works. They have enormous responsibilities. Let me tell you, these protocols outlined, they are not for fancy.
Okay.
If we abide by it, I'm sure to a large extent our markets will be coronavirus free. If the marketers will just agree, not minding, not wearing the face masks on the chin, but using it to cover their face, they are going to reduce the effect in a very marginal proportion. Our plea is that let them not see the provisions of buckets with tap and running water and soap as being a fanciful dictates by the government. Government wants to save lives. We will need to balance both the economy and the health living of our people.
Okay.
It's one that is alive that will be able to trade tomorrow.
All right.
If you trade and die today, you won't have another day to trade. So trade and live by abiding by the protocols. Yes, the enforcement team is there in the market to arrest, to prosecute, but the most important is that compliance which you decided on your own self as a marketer or a trader in the market to abide with.
Okay.
Government have laid very beautiful and very wonderful protocols. Let's adopt it.
Hello,
and make it work.
Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Michael.
Good morning to you. What's your name?
Good morning, Honorable in the House.
Good morning. How are you? Good morning. God bless.
This is Roman the Prophet. Coming from Umaya. As I usually say, I thank people that are working with the governor. All the initiatives that you people have been doing, thank you. I pray that God will continue to protect you, protect all others, so the coronavirus will not come near us. But I am having problem. Now that there is it has come out that there will be suffering. I want each and every one of us, everybody in this organization, focus and say that let us return back to Almighty God, so that God, when other states will be crying, since Abia is Abia cross state, we will not be crying, we will be because he would have put his trust in.
All right, wrap up your thoughts, please. Thank you. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Michael.
You're welcome.
Good morning, Honorable Commissioner.
Good morning.
Thank you. I'm Mr. Madu, Edward, Editor-in-Chief / Iron Pillar. I come from the group of Aliki Kinanzobo. I want to appreciate all the effort of the Governor of Abia State, Dr. Kezi Bazu, and with all his workers. I see how every of his cabinet is putting hands on the same desk to make sure that they crap out COVID-19 in Abia State. The people are really trying. But there's something I want to ask. Is it true that the markets in Abia we are given a bill of to pay some money before they reopen today? Or is there kind of money to satisfy their market before they reopen today? Because some people were alleging that
right.
the head market of the market
we got a question.
Bill.
Right, we allow the Honorable Commissioner to respond to that.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mike. Let me start responding to your question before I get to others. Now, you see, marketers and Abians should be wary of rumors. We are in a state of war. And you know, in a state of war, rumors thrive heavily. The only difference between the normal war and the type of war we are having now is that we are warring with unseen enemy.
Okay.
We are warring with unseen enemy, which is the virus. But rumor is as dangerous and more deadly than the coronavirus when we allow it to reach into our system. All over the net, both online and offline, radio stations and everywhere, we have outlined protocols for opening of market. And there is no way the governor of the state have mentioned that any amount will be paid either by an individual, group of people, or traders, or buyers, or sellers in any of our markets. And these rumors will continue being there just because some people will always want to be mischievous in a state of war. Rumors thrives heavily in every state of war, and we are in a state of war. We are just fighting with unseen enemies. But if you allow it to permeate, it will become a more dangerous pandemic that will be deadlier than the coronavirus itself. So my brother Mike, that is a rumor. That which you heard is a rumor. There is no truth about it. There is a lie from the pit of hell.
Okay, but
only for mischief makers.
Before I take some questions,
what we are saying that marketers should trade from 9 to 3 p.m. From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Let them provide the necessary protocols that will help them trade and trade tomorrow, trade today and trade tomorrow. Buckets with tap and running water, face masks for buyers and sellers alike. Then social distancing, not clustering in your shops. Allow one person to come in at a time. If a buyer is coming and there is another person there, and the buyer is very close, is very, very close, stay aside, give a meter, 1.5 meter difference, so that the buyer will come out and then you enter. That has been the protocol.
Okay.
And that's the only thing we want them to do. No fee attached. But those who decide to contravene what is being said will appear before the mobile court and they will be penalized.
Before I take the next question on our SMS line this morning, we have a journalist with Buzz FM, that's in Abia, joining us to give us situation report on what is happening in Abia, as today is the first day for the partial relaxation of the lockdown, especially as markets are open now from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. Stanley Mba is joining me this morning. Hello, good morning to you, Stanley. Hello, Stanley. Hello, Stanley. I can hear you, Stanley. All right, I think we will have to get back to Stanley later on the program. But on the SMS line, this one says, good morning, my name is Collins. My question is, now that the market is to open for only 3 times a week, what about shops outside the main market? Are we to follow the same directives to open 3 times a week?
Well, the position of the government is that anywhere there is trading market, whether inside the market or within the market or around the market or surroundings of the market, should trade 3 times in a week. If we give that space that they are looking for, people that will lock down their shops on Tuesdays will now carry their wares to the streets, and that is what we don't want.
All right, Stanley Mba, I can hear you loud and clear. What is the situation report there in Abia, the commercial capital of the state?
Okay, presently I'm at the shopping center right now. 3 times a week. What about shops?
All right, go on, please.
Are we to follow the same directive?
Stanley.
I can hear you.
Please go ahead.
I'm at the shopping center, and trust me, it's business as usual. The market is quite filled with a lot of buyers and sellers and all that, and it's really more like people now have the opportunity to do their buying and selling. It's really what it used to be. Quite a lot of people, business is ongoing at the moment.
Interesting. I want to know the compliance now to the directives given by the government, talking about the face mask and the buckets with a tap. The provisions, are they made by the traders there?
Okay, where I am right now, trust me, quite a number of these sellers have their face masks on. All of them are wearing their face mask, though few buyers may not actually wear their face mask, but the majority of them are compliant to these.
Okay.
They have their buckets around, and they also have their face mask on them. That is just the situation. And I have someone standing very close to me here. I want to find out from him how they feel about this. Because
you have to make it quick, Stanley. Yes, go on.
Very briefly, I have someone here, a trader, who is standing close to me.
Mr. Gunnar,
Mr. Gunnar, tell us, the market is now open for you Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. How do you feel?
It's okay. We know that government is a work to protect life and property. Some people is after business, but they are not after their life. So at least we are happy. For now, at least we can still feed our children, take care of our family, and also the social distance, and the pocket supplies, and the other service.
All right, Stanley.
Michael, I believe you heard him.
All right.
This is what he's saying. But my only concern is the area of social distancing.
Okay, thank you very much, Stanley, for the update. I will have to cut you there because of our time. Right Honorable Cosmos Undukwe is still very much in the studio. Finally, I will take this on the SMS line before I let you go this morning. I want to know if traders in Abia that sells materials for sewing are allowed for now. Oluebube from Oldumuahia, that's on the SMS line.
Allowed for how many days?
Allowed for now. That's the question. Traders in Abia that sells materials for sewing.
Yeah, the market is open for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. See, trading 3 days in a week to an Abia trader or businessman is abnormal. But we have to consider the situation that we are in, and the messes His Excellency the Governor have pushed out within this period and not to abuse it. Once it is being abused, I'm sure I know the governor who I serve under, he will withdraw his mandate.
Okay.
He will withdraw it. And I will not want our traders to push the government or the governor to withdraw this messy line he just opened. And that's why I'm pleading with traders that the responsibility, the enormous responsibility lies within them, within their hands, to make sure that they abide by the necessary protocols. If someone is coming to your shade and he's not wearing face mask on, you please advise him to wear a face mask.
All right, Honorable Commissioner, our time is fast spent. Honorable Commissioner for Trade and Investment, Dr. Cosmos Undukwe, thank you very much for being our guest this morning on Abia State COVID-19 update. And many thanks to the partner stations, Flow 94.9 FM, BCA 88.1 FM, Vision Africa Radio 104.1 FM, Buzz 89.7 FM, and Rail 99.1 FM. The program returns tomorrow. Please do stay safe and take responsibility. My name is Michael Oni.
This is Abia COVID-19 update.
Abia COVID-19 update.